The actual supremacy fight is for new territories, and the supremacy right now is between the US, Russia, and China. And here you have the flags which are combined somehow. And as you know, US is fighting to keep their supremacy. China is also a very aggressive power for the last 10 years, and Russia is also very present in the landscape. The tendency is to move the influence from west to east, and for that reason China is gaining a lot of power and more influence lately, which is very um, impressive and also very damaging for the US, which has to keep their presence. And to keep a presence for a leading power, it's important to focus on new territories, which is not something new in our world, but it's something that we have to look and see for the reasons and the future trends. So fighting for territories is to make everyone situation better, and more territories is going to be acquired, and usually powers are interested to gain more influence. For example, China to extend in the Southeast Sea, to have new territories and to acquire the dominance in the area. Russia to extend perhaps to Europe and the former states that made the USSR. And US is also more interested to acquire territories around from geographical point of view, which makes us to wonder why the actual administration of US, Trump administration, offered lately to buy Greenland. It's not something surprising, because um, being so close geographically to United States, it may justify the request. But the main reason is because of the resources being rich in minerals, and also due to climate change. It's new business opportunities to extend the area, to make new military bases, to benefit also from all the things that it's going on there, and melting the ice and making more available territory and agricultural land, more probably. It's a vast territory in the northeast side of the US, and it's also strategic, being in the north part of the Atlantic and close to the Arctic, which is a very good position for any big power. It may also ask, for example, from the UK, the former territories of the British colonies in the Caribbean, which are justifying in a way. And there are at least 6 of them from the total of 15 that the UK still have around the world. And maybe they ask one day for Bermuda, Turks and Coicos, British Virgin Island, Anguilla, Cayman, and even Montserrat. There are also a few islands in the south, Pitcairn, Falkland, and even the Antarctic south strategic part. But taking into consideration that the perspectives are, as experts say, that due to climate change until 2050, that can be flooding, and perhaps the territories become independent itself, or they will be flooded and non-existent. It may be some delayed or too late. From the point of view of powers, this is the Greenland, a massive land between Canada and Europe, and also the UK territories. So you can see the islands that are close to US, and they may be interested to acquire, as having the UK they are allied. And also you can see the map for the US with the states, and they have one state that it's outside the geographical area, which is Alaska, and it's an interesting story about it, because perhaps they will never return Alaska to Russia as it was initial from historical point of view, nor they will cede to Canada, which is more justified from the geographical point of view. So they are interested to acquire, not to give any portion of the land. They have also Hawaii in the sea, and they are interested to keep. So overseas territories are focus, new territories development are a focus for US, and to maintain their strategical position. Anyway, they are not in such a good position right now, and perhaps they try to maintain their position as much as possible, but the future is perhaps more for the east and not for the west.